Did we really need this movie? Hey there everybody, welcome back to MF Reviews. I am your host Michael, and today I'm so glad you joined me because I have to talk about this movie. I have to talk about Joker 2, or should I call it Joker Pepe Le Pew. So back in 2019, Joker came out and it was a huge financial success. It made $1 billion in theaters, and I remember there was all kinds of warnings, and the news coverage was like it's gonna inspire violence and toxic masculinity, but no. It focused on mental health and, more importantly, men's mental health, which nobody seems to care about. And when I heard about the premise of the movie being Joker and Lady Gaga being in this courtroom setting and he's in Arkham Asylum and he's dealing with the consequences of the first movie, it honestly sounds like a great setup. Then they decided to sprinkle in that it's going to be a musical. What the heck? What?
What?
So before I start crapping all over this movie, let me get into what I liked about it. So right off the bat, Joaquin Phoenix continues to transform into Arthur Fleck, and all you can see is this mentally disturbed human being institutionalized. He doesn't belong there. He belongs on stage dancing and laughing and telling crappy jokes. And of course, you got Lady Gaga, who everybody loves. You know, she's wonderful. She's great. Everybody loves her. Everybody loves her. But she did kind of fall flat a little bit in her performance. And I don't really blame her. I do kind of blame the tone of the movie, and we'll get into that a little later. This movie also stars Brendan Gleeson, and he's absolutely perfect in this movie. He's great in almost everything he does, and he plays one of the guards at Arkham, and he is ruthless and chilling and creepy and charming all at the same time. I also really enjoyed the color palette of these movies. They're very toned down and really dull, and it kind of gives you that gritty, realistic feeling of just depression and loneliness, and it works really, really well. So this movie does include some courtroom drama, and Joaquin Phoenix is there in the courtroom and he's talking to the jury, and this one scene in particular, I don't want to spoil it, but this is the one scene that I kind of really enjoyed, and it really brought out Arthur Fleck's kind of animated personalities. You know, I really wish they had more of that in this movie because he is the Joker. He's supposed to think that he's funny. So I really thought they were to, you know, include more scenes where he's putting on an act or he's telling more jokes, but it just didn't have enough of that for me. Guys, I hate to do this, but in terms of the positives, that's really it. And without further ado, let's get into the negatives because this movie is not good. And I know what you're thinking, Michael, don't you just like superhero movies? Aren't you like a nerdy, geeky guy? And I am. But this movie went off the deep end and got bonkers, man. Guys, this movie was supposed to be a musical and it fell flat for me. I mean, when I think about musicals, I think of The Sound of Music and Willy Wonka and Grease. You know, there are some tunes that are going to keep your foot tapping and you kind of get really involved, and there's so much spectacle going on, and you know, that's what musicals are about to me. Some of it is really meant for the stage performances and it's supposed to be bigger and larger than life. But this movie was just so dreary and sad, and every time they were singing, for the most part, 75% of the musicals were so like quiet and like mopey, and you know, they all started to really blend and sound the same. You know, it didn't really include enough variety for me. You know, I like music. You know, you're gonna have your fun songs, your sad songs, your songs where the main character is building up and trying to escape the situation. That's generally what musicals are kind of structured as. But the whole time they were like, I love you and it hurts and I'm sad. Oh, cry me a f***ing river. Only way I can explain it, guys, is that they were kind of whisper singing or singing to themselves, and the other person was like 2 feet away, so they didn't really have to like sing and get louder and, you know, really have that crescendo of music. It was just so whispery, and it was like, okay, like we get it, like you're in your feels, but where's the boom? And also the courtroom dramas were a little boring for me. I mean, again, you have a great opportunity here to use the Joker and really make it more lively and really like entertaining. Again, it was lacking in variety. The witness would be called to the stand and it was just always sad and really like mopey and crybaby and like, you know, this movie just continued to drag on and on. It did not have these peaks and valleys of entertainment and shock value. In the first Joker, Arthur Fleck was inspiring the city to rise up and revolt and question the status quo, because Gotham is a dark place. There's so much crime, and then you have the really corrupt politicians and the rich people. And in that movie, he kind of inspired people to, take on that persona as the Joker. Whereas in this one, it was a little more quieted down. And even like with Harley, what's her name? Even with Harley Quinn, like, she didn't seem to be that interested or inspired after, a few love scenes. It was just so weird. It wasn't growing and developing into something bigger. And to touch on that point, her name wasn't even Harley Quinn. It was Lee Quinzel. And she wasn't even really like emotionally attached to him as much as I thought she was going to be. I thought they were going to be more in love. I thought it was going to be a lot more fun, because as the characters are together as a couple, they do a lot of wild and crazy things. And I didn't see any of that in this movie. Then you have the final act of the movie, and I didn't like it at all. I know that there was going to be a certain direction that we have to go in, because he's not the real Joker, but the way it happened was just like, is that really all you're going to do? Is that what we've been building up for? It really just kind of sizzled out into like a wet fart. So will there be a Joker Part 3? Probably not. We've seen a lot of complaints online. I don't think it's going to make $1 billion. And that's just sad, because, Part 1 was a fantastic movie. They swung for the fences and they hit a home run. Whereas with this one, they just struck out. Plain and simple. And guys, that's why I'm going to give Joker Folie
No, don't do it.
a D.
You dumb motherfucker.
Unfortunately, guys, this was a huge bomb, a letdown. I wasted my time and money. No entertainment value whatsoever. Just some good performances that pretty much went nowhere. Well, anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today. What did you think about Joker Part 2, Folie à deux, or whatever it's called? You can't even pronounce it. I didn't like it. That's my humble ass opinion. What's your opinion, guys? Leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Be a subscriber. Support the MF Army. Join me. I don't bite hard. For now, guys, take care of yourself. Take care of your family. God bless. And we will see you on the next one.